All right, welcome back everyone to the Loan for Cards YouTube channel. And we are playing Drug Dealer Simulator. And finally, we got this video up for how to mix fentanyl in your drugs. This is going to be one of the most important one that you probably want to use because we're going to be using fentanyl to mix with cocaine. And if you reach level 16, this is probably the video that you probably want to watch or before you get to this point because first we're going to be doing cocaine mixes. And then once you hit level 25, it's when you unlock fentanyl. And you're asking, what is fentanyl? Fentanyl is the most addictive drug that is available in this game. Actually, pretty much in the world. In real life, fentanyl is one of the most addictive, most toxic drugs out there. Basically, fentanyl is like a morphine, but it's like 50 to 100 times more potent than anything. You can actually add this on cocaine, heroin, amp, ecstasy, any of the powder things. So this formula can be used on anything that's in this game, the cocaine, heroin, amp, and ecstasy, like I mentioned. So basically, what we're gonna do right now is to show you the basic mix on cocaine. And I like to keep it simple. You know, you read all this discussions of people sharing recipes and things like that. You don't need to make it really complicated. This is a game that it's really simple on how to mix things. So if you see all these other formulas and things like that, you can mess around and do all that stuff. That's cool. But I'm just going to show you what works, what's easy, and how to do it. So basically, what you need to do is get a large mixer, which can be bought at the drugstore that holds 300 grams. You'll need a coffee mill or a mortar. I prefer either one. It doesn't matter. The mortar is good, but only holds 50 grams, and you lose zero processing loss. If you use a coffee mill, it's 100 grams, but there's a 0 to 3% of processing loss. But mostly you're going to be using this to mill like sugar or pills like Viagra or ibuprofen, things like that, so to make the mix. All right, so also you need your cocaine. So we're going to do the cocaine. And I'm going to do is also you want to do is get baking soda and fentanyl for level 25, which I'm going to show you afterwards, and Viagra, which can be unlocked when you unlock the drugstore at level 13. So that's the ingredients I'm going to be working with. So basically, the basic formula that we're going to be doing is basically the 80-20 mix, right? So usually, when you have, if you're selling cocaine for the first time and you have non-addicts, yes, by this time you should have some addictive customers. If you have non-addict customers, you want to give them a 80-20 mix. If you have addicted customers, you can stick with a cheap 70-30 mix and just mix it just with cocaine and sugar or baking soda and keep it simple and give it to those addicts and they'll accept it, they'll like it. But if you want to make them addicted with using cocaine, basically what you got to do is just we're gonna do 100 bats, right? So we're gonna make 100 bats. So we're gonna put 80. We're gonna put 80 of cocaine in here. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 15 soda. You drag and drop. So by now you guys should know how to do a drag and drop and how to mix this. If you're watching this video, you're probably if you don't know how to do this, you're probably way ahead of what you need to do because you're not gonna be making cocaine. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do get Viagra, and we're gonna just do is put 3. Actually, since you don't have I forgot. So since you guys don't have this, we're gonna do the 5. You guys don't have fentanyl, so this is gonna be the simple mix. So if you see this here, we're gonna do mix details. 80 cocaine, 15 baking soda, and 5 Viagra. You can even do 10 and 10 baking soda and Viagra, and then you'll get the people dead. But this is a good formula, so you don't use that much money because Viagra is a little bit, it costs a little bit more. So you can do this mix. Basically, you do this and you just do apply mix, which everybody knows. You can label it. Like if you're making different labels, like I told you, if you have addicted customers, you want to do a 730 mix. If you have non-addicted people, if you have addicted people, you want to do 70-30. If you have non-addicted people, you want to make a 80-20. So this one is good to label of what you're putting in here. So you can do 80, 15, and 5. And you can label it with the V, so you know the V is Viagra that you put in. So this is a good way to separate your different drugs that you're making. Again, you can press T to speed it up. I hear knocking on on this game. All right, so we're gonna just kind of package this real quick, so we'll make the next product. We'll just keep it in our pocket. All right, so that's the basically the mix that you're gonna do. So now you're level 25, and you got fentanyl. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix fentanyl, and basically what I like to do is I like to make the premix, right? So there's things called a safe fentanyl, which you can actually mix fentanyl with something else and you can use it. But I like to just mix the whole ingredients, the soda, baking soda, the Viagra, and the fentanyl all together. So basically, to do the fentanyl mix that I have here is basically you get baking soda, put it in here, and then we're gonna do this combination of 75 soda, and then we're gonna do is get fentanyl, and we're gonna be using only 10. And then we're going to be getting Viagra and I'm going to be using 15. Alright, so we got all this here. You can see the mix details, 75, 10, and 15. And this is the premix I'm going to be using. So you're asking why are you doing the premix? It's because, you know, it's because that you can have this ready to go. And when you want to cut things 80-20, and you have it already mixed for you. So you don't have to do it later on. So you don't have to do 75, 10, and 5, and you know, just keep on adding it when you're doing your main ingredient like 80, 15, 3, and 2. Okay, that's going to be the combination you're going to be doing. So once you do this, you can just drag it into an empty container, and you can make it a fit mix. So you know you have fit mix ready to go. Okay. So when you have your fit mix, all you got to do is now just drag your cocaine. You can make your 80. Again, you could do multiple by 3 because you have a 300 container. I'm just doing it for 100. And you just drag this. And you put 20. And then you're going to have an 80-20 mix. And then the fentanyl's already there for you because you already added up the 3, 2, the 15, 3, and 2 already mixed to this. And do some mix details. And then that's it. And then you just apply it. And we can just call it Coke 80-20. And then we'll just make it F so we know there's fentanyl in there. So that's pretty much it, guys. Basically, the cost of the fentanyl is $20 a gram. So it does, you know, and cocaine is $25 a gram, right? So you sort of want to stretch your fentanyl so that you can use it because it's very addictive, right? Fentanyl has 9 addictiveness, but the toxicity is 18. Okay, that's really, really high. And compared to Viagra, Viagra is only 3 toxicity and 7 addictiveness, which the numbers is really off. I think that the fentanyl should be a lot higher addictiveness and the Viagra should be lower because of the toxicity between it. So I think like the fentanyl should be like 15, or if Viagra is 7, so it has to be one or the other. So this is a good trick to do. And also I did show you guys how to do the Belina gang task. If you're level 20, when you get to level 20, and you're making this at your level 16 and you're just starting with Coke, just remember that the Belina task is the cocaine, and to make your simple cocaine is 225 grams of Coke of 75 sugar, or you can do 211 grams of Coke with 89 washing powder. And just remember, you know, those are the cheapest thing they can use, but using the washing powder, you should only give that to the Belina because you can't actually sell that to the customers or dealers, or they won't like it, right? So the extra 50 that you have, if you're using washing powder, you can just you're pretty much losing that, right? So but if you're using sugar, you have the extra 50 grams. You guys just sell that 50 grams. Say that you're selling it for $65 a gram, you're going to be making an additional $3,200 on that. So that's another big profit, considering that you're going to be making $4,000 from Belina plus the $3,000. So you're going to be making, you know, $8,000 to $9,000 profit on each 300 batch. So that's what it is. You know, just the point is, you know, make you a lot of money. But once, you know, you do make a lot of money, you know, it's like mixing stuff for Belina is going to get a little bit more boring, or like it's gonna take you a lot, because apparently there's gonna be a progression on that. So that's it. That's pretty much mixing fentanyl. Again, you can do any ingredients. There's a lot of formulas out there. There's technically like 1,000 different recipes and formulas you can do to add and things like that. So that's it. If you like this content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you make a comment. Put your questions down. I'll answer them, get back to you as soon as I can. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys learned how to mix in fentanyl. It's a good way. Don't use too much of it. You OD people and they'll die. But it's really addictive, and people will come back again. When you get addictive customers, make sure you lower your doses to 70 to 75% Coke, and that way you can keep them going to ask for more and more and more and more. And that's pretty much it. You guys stay safe out there. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.